It is Saturday, April 24th, 2021, and we're going to talk about tracking Sumatran coffee on the Cardano blockchain and a little bit about the Pan-African strategy. Get ready. Let's go. All right. You're going to be listening to this on Saturday, but for me, it is late on Friday night, and I am drinking Irish whiskey, one ice cube, the big ice cube. Why? Because drinking the whiskey neat scares people. Everybody knows in the Old West, that's what you did in the saloon before the gunfight. I'm not trying to scare anybody tonight, just having a real relaxed Friday night. So one ice cube in the Irish whiskey. Plus, last night, probably not going to drink too much of the whiskey tonight because last night an old friend came over who I haven't seen in years. And he and I, back in the day, would always drink the Herradura Añejo tequila, which is delicious. And we definitely drank a bunch of those neat because we did not care about scaring anyone. So tonight, one ice cube, Irish whiskey. But item number one, we got to take care of some business. This is a little meta, but this is necessary. So we've had really good reporting from the community on world mobile developments with Cardano. I just want to take a second to thank you guys. Reddit user Rickle Pickle My Dickle, never thought I'd be saying those words on YouTube, but Reddit user Rickle Pickle My Dickle first alerted us to the world mobile developments, and then YouTube user Whiskey1234. I love both those usernames. I'm assuming the first one is a Rick and Morty reference, and you guys already know I love anything to do with whiskey. Whiskey1234 let us know that he attended some kind of a conference where he encountered World Mobile and asked them if they knew about Cardano blockchain, and the reply was that they were announcing partners at the end of this month. So those were both really good little bits of intel, and that's basically what Army of Spies is all about. We're trying to reduce information asymmetries with Army of Spies, and there's a larger project around that we'll probably talk about one day. But right now at the outset, we figured one of the best places we could start is by reducing information asymmetry around Cardano. There's a lot going on. And if you're somebody like me, you're kind of like watching and monitoring all day and seeing exactly what's going on and paying attention to everything. But not everybody can do that. People have lives. They can't spend all day monitoring the Cardano news. So these videos and the Reddit posts are an attempt to reduce the information asymmetry around Cardano. And it's easy to do because we know everything's awesome. Cardano is an awesome project. This is something really cool we're getting to live through right now. And the more people know about it, the better it's going to be for the project. So it's really easy to reduce information asymmetries here. And this is where we're starting. But there's a larger project around Army of Spies to reduce information asymmetries in a lot of different places and probably do some other things too. We'll talk about that someday. So thank you to Rickle Pickle My Dickle, and Whiskey1234 for helping out and giving us a little intel on the world mobile stuff going on. Item number two. We've talked before about Emurgo Traceability and coffee in Indonesia. And it was pretty exciting because everybody knows I love this. I love the supply chain traceability use case for crypto and blockchains in general. So when Emurgo Trace announced they were doing something with coffee in Indonesia being exported to China, I was super excited. And here we are now finding out that Alco Sumatra Kopi, I don't speak any Indonesian whatsoever, so I'm probably butchering all three of those names. But Alco Sumatra Kopi is going to export 100 tons of coffee from Sumatra to China and track it all farm to cup using Emurgo Trace. This is pretty exciting. We have real world use of the Cardano ecosystem going on to the tune of 100 tons of coffee. If there's anything I love as much as Irish whiskey, it is probably coffee. And in fact, I definitely drink way more coffee than I do Irish whiskey. Irish whiskey is an occasional treat. Coffee is every day. I love it so much. I love coffee so much. So super exciting to see Emurgo Trace being used for this use case in coffee. Oh, also, I kind of suspect that a love of coffee is common in the crypto space, but I don't actually know. So comment down below if you like coffee. Comment down below and let me know how you take it. I drink coffee black. I either drink, I've definitely gone through phases where I just drink espresso and I drink crazy amounts of it, like a dozen espressos a day. Now I'm back to drinking, I buy whole bean Costa Rican coffee. I make it in an AeroPress. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but an AeroPress, great way to make coffee. I make coffee in my AeroPress every single day out of the Costa Rican whole bean coffee. I drink it black. I drink it all day from the moment I wake up until way too late in the evening. Let me know how you drink coffee, though. Let me know how you drink coffee. I don't think there's any wrong way to drink coffee. It's all delicious. So let me know if you drink coffee. Let me know if you drink tea. Let me know that too. If you're a tea drinker and you don't like to drink coffee, let me know. But comment down below about whether or not you drink coffee and how you take it. I'll be interested to know. Item number 3. This would not be the Cardano rumor rundown if we did not run down any news or rumors that came up in one of Charles's AMAs. So in Charles' recent AMA, he mentioned that the Africa Special will truly be a Pan-African event, and they will talk about various deals they have in multiple countries. So we kind of heard we've been given this impression that there were multiple deals going on, but it was kind of like, hey, how far along are you? Like, are you far along in Rwanda? Or is it just Ethiopia where things are looking good? I mean, is it just that you've talked to people in these other countries, or are there real deals going? Right? There was some ambiguity there. There was a little bit. It was a little bit unclear how far along they were in these other countries. I am hoping we will find out a lot more at the Africa Special about these other countries. And Charles's remarks about this being a Pan-African event definitely bode well. Of course, I think we're all hoping that they're very far along in these other countries. Um, I hope that's the case. I remember going way back, Charles was frequently commenting that it was much easier to get things done in a small country like Rwanda than it was in a much larger country, right? Makes sense. There's going to be more bureaucracy the larger a nation state is, which is why it's so surprising that the first big deal to get done is Ethiopia, because this is not a small country. This is a big country. I kind of thought, if you'd asked me a couple of years ago, we always kind of knew they were much further along in Ethiopia. John O'Connor, obviously based in Ethiopia, a half Ethiopian guy. But so we kind of knew Ethiopia would be further along. But I kind of thought it would be a race between Ethiopia and one of these smaller countries to get something going. So I hope there's some surprises. I hope we find out that they're really far along in other African countries, and that those deals are going to come much quicker than we think. But I think they've probably got some stuff up their sleeve that we don't know about. I think it's going to be one of these live stream events where they hit us with a bunch of stuff, and we're like, wait a second, did they just say this? Because we haven't heard anything about that. That's brand new. I hope it's one of those events where there's a bunch of brand new stuff that we haven't even heard about before. And that's kind of the way they do business. I mean, people talk a lot about whether or not Charles should be mentioning stuff so early and hyping us up on it when there's a possibility it could get delayed, like the whole African bird situation. A lot of people are mad and wish that nothing had ever been mentioned. I love transparency. At the start of this video, we talked all about how the whole purpose of Army Spies is to reduce information asymmetry. And so, of course, I like transparency. I like Cardano's transparency. I wish they'd tell us everything. I wish they'd live stream their internal meetings. I'd probably watch those. I know. Most people would not. I would probably even watch those because I'd like to know what's going on, how they do things. I love all the transparency. I get that a lot of people don't like it. They want less. They just want to know when something's happening and it has to do with their appetite for consuming information, right? I get it. Everybody can devote a certain amount of time to monitoring their favorite crypto projects. And those are different numbers for different people. I totally get it. So maybe some people only want to hear about it when something has been consummated and it's being put into action. I want to hear everything, but that's part of why we try to aggregate all this news here and throw in some of like our own perspectives from our new spies. That's why we do what we do. It's a little bit of a news aggregation thing, and there's a little bit of occasionally throwing in our own perspective on these kind of things going on. So the reason why I'm not talking in the first person, the reason why I'm not saying I is because there's more than one person involved in this. I'm the only one you hear on these videos, but there are other people involved in the larger project. So anyways, very encouraging. I love that Charles has done these AMAs. This would be a completely different project if we weren't hearing from Charles, I think, all the time like this. I'm really glad it is the way it is. And I'm still hyped for the Africa special next Thursday. I will see you then. I hope everybody signed up, and I will also see you tomorrow. I hope you are starting a fantastic weekend.